Hello, I'm James Banston from Corven. Corven is about creating value through change, whether for our clients or for our investors. From our offices here in London or elsewhere around the world, we work with some of the world's largest companies to advise them on their key strategic, financial and operational challenges. And we believe that if we can help other people grow their businesses, we should put our money where our mouth is, which is the reason why we buy companies where we can add value through changing the way they operate. It's a model which works very well for us and indeed for everybody else involved. Caterham had been owned by a family for over 30 years. As is often the case with private equity, we saw that we could provide a real catalyst for change, changing the way that the business operated, improving on the brand, and in particular, boosting export sales.
My name's Andy Noble. I'm the Sales and Marketing Director at Caterham Cars. When I worked here previously, it was a family-run business, which came with all the frustrations of a family-run business. Doesn't make it bad, it was just different. When Corven came along with their shareholders, they introduced process to the business and turned it into what is now a proper run small business.
I'm Charlie Oppenheim, and I was part of the Corven team that helped manage the investment in Caterham Cars. At Corven, what we do is go into complex situations and make change happen quickly and effectively. That could be with one of our consulting assignments with, say, a FTSE oil company, with a family-owned business doing some financial advisory work, or in the case of Caterham, with one of our own principal investments.
David Ridley, I'm the International Business Development Manager for Caterham Cars. I would certainly say that the processes that we have in place now are much improved in terms of how we operate as a business, that how we manufacture cars is a key thing. Homologation has been a noose around our neck for a long time, and that was identified at an early time when Corven came in. And the amount that we have invested and succeeded in reaching the homologation demands is a huge pat on the back to everyone involved.
Corven pulled the deal together, persuading the family that we were good caretakers for the brand, pulling together a strong MBI team based out of Lotus Cars, and helping that team pull together a good change plan. Over the 5 years, we seconded quite a few staff to the business for periods of a month to 18 months, 2 years. We had a finance director, we helped a lot on the engineering support and provided real point expertise in areas like marketing and indeed handling the bank.
It's very important in a situation like this that you can put in people who are experienced with delivering that level of change in a complex, fast-moving environment. Very much so with a small or a mid-cap company, when often the management doesn't have the bandwidth, the time or the skills or experience to do that level of change at the same time as running the business. Getting the right people in to do the job quickly and effectively was key.
Ansar Ali, Chief Executive of Caterham Cars Limited. Corven's contribution over the last 5 years has not been like a typical financial investor. They've provided corporate and strategic guidance at board level, at the same time through their consultancy division, provided operational and tactical assistance to my management team. There were times we were in desperate need of professional expertise in specific areas around supply chain management, cost down opportunities and such like. And at the same time they kept a good hand's length approach to allowing the management team do what they do and deliver the results. So I think in a way it was the perfect blend.
Although we had a plan which we substantially delivered, there were of course certain events that we hadn't planned for. For example, the credit crunch or Rover going bust. So when Rover went bust, we had to buy 700 engines over a weekend.
This forced us to be really pretty agile, introducing a new range of Ford engines and indeed buying up some of our supplier operations. But we used each challenge as an opportunity to improve product quality and the margin, which meant that even during the worst downturn the automotive sector has ever faced, Caterham saw both its top line and its bottom line grow, and indeed 2010 was its best year on record.
Like any management buy-in, there are inevitably going to be ups and downs, but the fact that we introduced processes and procedures meant that when the downs came we were better prepared to manage them, and when the ups began to manifest themselves we took advantage of them. And certainly recording record profits in a downturn I think is testimony to how well we managed that.
I think we knew that the plan was working when a number of the operational interventions all clicked into place and the cash flow picked up. This meant that the management team could start to take the business forward and we could very much withdraw after the restructuring was completed, allowing them to take the business onto its growth phase through new product development. So the SP300R, which is the first motor racing car which Caterham has produced in quite some time, and the market has received very positively, and that's what will take the business on to the next level.
I think the biggest difference is now that Caterham has a fantastic foundation which will support future growth. I think, previous to that it was a little bit rickety, so we've now got a great basis to move from.
Over the last 5 years, we've been focusing on operational efficiencies, marketing strategy, new markets and motorsport. And a combination of all those has made it such an appealing opportunity for Tony Fernandez, and hence his investment in the business.
I think the thing which sums up the success of the investment was the exit. Having put all the work in to complete the restructuring and to make the business stronger and ready for the future, when Team Lotus came along with Tony Fernandez and made the approach for us, then we were going to accept it. It was an attractive valuation for us as investors, but also it's the right partner, a perfect partner really for Caterham to take it forward to the future.
What we're most proud of is the way that we managed to enhance the product, keeping true to its values of performance through lightweight, affordability and fun, but bringing out new cars like the R500, which became the Top Gear Car of the Year in 2008.
So what next for Corven? Well, we will continue to look at opportunities where we can apply our investment model, which is bringing capital and putting it together with change capability. We'll look at larger deals with co-investors, but we'll always look to find deals where we can bring an angle, whether it's sector understanding or, as with Caterham, bringing a complex change plan together and delivering a great result for the business.